A good set to reaffirm our recommended way of handling arrangement questions. Take each clue at a time, try to make a micro picture or a micro block, and then try to find linkages between the different blocks that we see. Do a if-then analysis, right? So try this. I'll assume that you have read through it and continue. So 6 people, they are 2 family, Mr. and Mrs. Gupta, their daughter, Ms. Gupta, Mr. and Mrs. Kapoor, son, Master Kapoor, circular table, they have a different profession. The clues start. The chef is opposite Miss Gupta. So this is that micro picture, opposites are easy. How do you represent it? I'm just going to go the plain vanilla way, Miss Gupta. Opposite is someone who is the chef. Is that visible? Yes. So second clue, Mr. Kapoor is to the immediate right of Mr. Gupta. So second clue, so right of Mr. Gupta. So I'll start with Mr. Gupta, immediate right, Mr. Kapoor. Okay, so far there's I've got 3 people into picture. There's no commonality, keep track of that. Now Mrs. Kapoor is to the right of the artist. Now in a circle, right would mean immediate right? So Mrs. Kapoor, is she already there? No. Artist not there. So yet another clue, right of artist. So here we come with an artist. Now we don't know who it is, but the profession is artist, and this is Mrs. Kapoor. So somewhere the people will exhaust. Now, so already I have 4 out of the 6 people. So the clues will link up in a while, right? Let's continue. The lawyer is to the left of Master Kapoor. Lawyer is not there, Master Kapoor is not there. So again yet a new thing. So the 5th person has also come in. He is Master. Innovate as you go along, Master Kapoor. Okay, and the lawyer is to the left, and again left would mean immediate left, being a circular arrangement. So we don't know who it is, but this is the lawyer. Okay, do not panic. You have not completed 1 round of reading through the clues. Continue. Okay, Miss Gupta is not the lawyer. So we just plotted the lawyer, and here it starts. The lawyer is not Miss Gupta, right? So this is not going to be Miss Gupta. Okay, and I'll write here also, redundancy is okay. This is not the lawyer. Okay, so at least I've got the first and second. So Miss Gupta can't be here. If Miss Gupta can't be here, the chef can't be here, right? Try to get the maximum from the clues. But again, it's too early to start dwelling on them right now, right? Let's continue. Not the lawyer. The engineer and the doctor are sitting opposite each other. Now we have almost exhausted the people, so the professions are coming. Engineer, doctor opposite each other. Again, it is almost like a fresh thing, but then easy clue, now opposite the engineer, doctor. You could even keep 1 or 2 of them in your minds if you don't want to draw towards the end, but it's good enough to write, right? Now, the 2 children sitting adjacent. Whereas it continues, but here you should see who are the 2 children. The 2 children, do you have them here? Yes, that's Master Kapoor and Miss Gupta. And they are sitting adjacent to each other. And here is where the set unravels itself. They are sitting next to each other, but I know Miss Gupta can't be here. Right? Now you would appreciate the use of this clue that Miss Gupta is not the lawyer. Okay, so saw that link. Left is lawyer, but lawyer is not Miss Gupta, and Miss Gupta and Master Kapoor are adjacent. So I get a start, and then I will get to my main arrangement. I would number them so that it is easier to speak the possibilities, language of possibilities. So I'll start with my Master Kapoor. Master Kapoor. The left is lawyer. Okay. And Miss Kapoor has to be adjacent, but not at 5, so has to be at 3. Miss Kapoor, sorry, Miss Gupta. Miss Gupta, and opposite Miss Gupta is the chef. So I've used this completely. I've used 4th one also completely. How do I go to the undo here? So I've used it completely. Let's continue. And we are still not finished. Whereas no couple sits adjacent to each other. So the couple is not adjacent to each other. Now pay attention. Someone is definitely going to be here. It could be either male or female, I don't know, but one person is going to be there. Now, where is the spouse of this person going to be? Spouse is the other gender, right? So, cannot be at 1, right? Because then they would be adjacent, and cannot be at 5 also, because if this is a married couple 2 and 5, then 1 and 6 will be the other couple, but no couple sits adjacent. So the spouse of 2 has to be at 6 and the spouse of 1 has to be at 5. Now this is the hang or getting a feel of it type. Yeah, so if you're very good in reasoning, it comes very naturally, and if you're not good in reasoning, what happens is you just ignore this data, and that is the biggest sin in logical reasoning. Yeah, nothing given over there is to be taken lightly. Everything will give you some further information. So 2 and 6 are a couple, so do your own way, whatever way 2 and 6 are a couple, 1 and 5 are a couple. Okay, so that is Mr. and Mrs. Gupta or Mr. and Mrs. Gupta. Who does sits where, we do not know. Nor are all the 3 men sitting together. Now this is also a clue. So who are the 3 men? Master Kapoor, Mr. Gupta, Mr. K. So I think so again the start is very obvious, students. Okay, so I can start here, and about profession. So either we can go here or we can start with this. For example, this is a very easy clue now. So they are opposite. Is 1 and 4 available? Yes. But is 2 and 5 available? Not really. 5 is taken, lawyer. 3 and 6, 6 is a chef. So this has to be 1 and 4. So this has to be 1 and 4. Now you don't know where do you put it. So leave it, we'll put it in the end. It's not a very important thing. But remember, we have already done that. So we were talking about the men. So men. So take Mr. K as your start point, and this is moving clockwise. You're moving clockwise. So wherever K is, clockwise will be Mr. Gupta. Okay, and the 3 men cannot be together. So Mr. K, if he is in 5, Mr. G will be in 6, but they will become in a line, so cannot be. Now the if then part, yeah. If K is here, then G is here, Mr. The 2 men, they are separate. And if K is here, then Mrs. K has to be here. We said there's a couple. And if Mrs. K is here, do you have a clue here? Oh, from Mrs. K, if I go clockwise, I should reach the artist. So G becomes the artist. So everything looks fitting in. Mr. K, Mr. G. Mrs. K, artist. Mrs. G. No problem. Let's finish it. Can Mr. K be here? If Mr. K is here, then this will be Mr. G. Okay, so the men are separate. If this is Mr. K, this is Mrs. K. And from Mrs. K, if I go clockwise, I should get the artist. But this is the chef. So Mr. K can't be here. I'll repeat, Mr. K here means this is a couple. Mrs. K here, to the right artist, not possible. Can Mr. K be here? No. Then Mr. G has to be here. So there's only one position, and that's it. My arrangement is done. This is Mr. K. This, by the couple reason, this is going to be Mrs. K. From this clue, this is going to be artist. Because K and G are together, this has to be Mr. G. Done. So all the people are put up. Mr. and this is Mrs. This is Mr. G. This will be Mrs. G. Mrs. Gupta, right? Over. We had, so this is done, this is done. We have engineer, doctor. We can't identify who it is, but this is one of engineer or doctor. This is going to be doctor or engineer. And the question is, who is the person whose profession is not amongst the mentioned? So that's just one. So all professions are known for these 5 people. It is just Mrs. K whose profession is not known, right? So if you want more solutions like this, yeah, we think arrangement questions all follow. If you just follow the clues diligently, picking the maximum from each clue, you will just, the solution has to just follow. There can't be any other way, right? So if you want a course on the way that we have explained it here, the link for the course DILR self-study is in the description. Do check it out. Thank you.